Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Namaste, and very good day to everyone. I'm Dilshad Siddiqa, working as a subject teacher at Naja International School, Mount Lavinia. Today, I'm your host on behalf of the International Association for Quality Education. The International Association for Quality Education is a non-profit international organization working with educators across the globe to enhance the quality of education and contribute achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The International Project for Capacity Development in Education has been implemented alongside the International Conference Series on Quality Education. This international project serves as a platform for education professionals to share the best practices, research findings, and competencies with all stakeholders in education. Additionally, the platform acts as a virtual learning space for young educators to acquire new knowledge and grow as professionals in the education sector. Today, we are honored to have a very special speaker with us, Mrs. Preeti Tyagi ma'am from India. She is currently conducting a lecture series on effective classroom management for quality education for primary and primary education. So far, she has delivered 8 presentations related to classroom management. Today, she will be discussing the topic Healthy Tiffin. I believe this presentation will be a very engaging and relevant topic for all of us. Namaste, ma'am. I would like to invite you to begin your session, ma'am.
Thank you, Dilshad ma'am. It was so wonderful the way you introduced. Thank you so much. After a long time, we all have been meeting here. So, good evening, everyone. Namaste to everyone. So, today, as usual, that we all have been discussing on certain topics. And topic for today's discussion is that how Tiffin complements learning, right? Because this is a kind of understated topic till now, that we are not paying due amount of attention to the kind of Tiffin, kind of food the students are bringing to the schools. So we are going to discuss about that how that Tiffin, right, which is so neglected nowadays, is complementing learning. Because you might have heard, the way we eat, the kind of learning we can acquire. So let's start in a way. First of all, that you can see in that picture, and there is a very powerful line. The effect of nutrition on brain health can start right away with the maternal diet. In fact, it means that even when the child is not born, he is into the womb of the mother. The way mother eats, that will directly and indirectly impact the child. So just as there is no magic pill to prevent cognitive decline, no single, almighty brain food can ensure sharp brain as you age. It means what it means. It means to say that as there is no single, medicine to cure the all the illnesses, to all the preventive cognitive declines, in the similar manner, one type of food cannot make us healthy, that we need a different variety of food. So we are going to further discuss about it. Research shows that when what a woman eats or does not eat during pregnancy can affect her baby's development. That is how there are so many programs going on in the entire world to maintain a good health of a pregnant lady. Because it's not always the lady that is taken into the picture, but the unborn child. Because the way a pregnant lady eats, it will directly impact the baby inside the womb. A bad diet would be the Western diet, which includes a lot of processed food. So we are just I'm not don't take the words in that way, that only the Western diet. Sometimes the Eastern diet can be as bad. Basically, that we are saying that diet should not have lots of processed foods, saturated fat, high in sugar. So why it is so? Let's see. Vitamins and minerals references. We all have been saying that vitamin. that vitamins are needed, minerals are needed, but what exactly do they do? What sort of deficiency that they are covering up? What sort of a healthy, protection they are giving to us? So let's talk about, first of all, why we are talking about this. We are just dealing with a good health of a student. We are so concerned to them. So that is how that on this platform we are discussing everything that could be beneficial for our students, for their cognitive health and for their physical health as well, right? Because 3H are needed: the head that deals in the cognitive power, and the heart that builds emotive power, and the hand that deals with psychomotor power, the kinesthetic strength. So when we eat a good food, the conclusive food, I must say, which is full of vitamins, mineral, unsaturated fat, which is good for our health, it means that we are just bringing our child to a health platform. So now we all have heard vitamin A, vitamin B, C, D, E, and many more. Let's talk about what actually do they do. Can you all see that PPT? I guess yes. So now let's first. Vitamin A supports vision and growth. It directly impacts on our eyesight. Right? If we are just consuming vitamin A, it's not only limited to the students, to the children only, it is very much useful for us as well. That we have to consume vitamin E because it helps in just bringing a good eyesight and the growth, right? And where do we have to find it? Right, we need not to buy expensive products for it. Simply that we have to resort to the leafy green vegetables, right? The green vegetable, it means that whenever you are teaching the students, kindly make them aware about the importance of green and leafy vegetables. Now let's talk of green. We'll be discussing furthermore the examples: spinach, sprouts, right? There are many more. Promotes vitamin B, right? Why vitamin B is needed? Because it improves the skin cells. It makes our skin glow and shine. And how are we going to get it? From fish, poultry, meat, eggs, right? So this is how that we are going to get vitamin B. Basically these products are partial or many a time consider a good source of protein as well. So just make student aware what is what, because you know what happens, we cannot sit by assuming that children and parents know everything, right? Because if we'll keep on assuming this fact only, that we won't be able to share anything, we won't be able to make them learn it. We'll always think they know this thing, they know this thing. No, we should never be assuming that they know everything. We are the one who are making them to learn. So please pay attention while just giving them the information about vitamins. So vitamin B is promoting healthy skin cells. Now vitamin C helps protect cells. Citrus fruits, you know, the kind of sour fruits that we eat, white potatoes, vitamin D, strengthen immunity, right? Again, this we are going to, even, immunity also gets strengthened through vitamin A and E as well. E, act as antioxidant, wheat, germ oil, almonds. So everything which is provided by the nature, right, is good in some way or the other. What is harmful? The kind of production that we human being are making, the kind of fabrication of the foods that we are making. These things are harmful. Now, let's talk about minerals. It's not only vitamins, but the minerals are as essential. Calcium, very, very important, extremely important. Calcium is the one factor which is responsible for maintaining a good bone and teeth health, right? And how are we going? See, in the beginning itself, we have to make children aware that how calcium is needed, how iron is needed, magnesium is needed, selenium is needed, potassium. What is the use of potassium? What is the use of zinc? Right? So calcium is that is helpful for maintaining the strong bone and the teeth, right? And again, the products more or less they are similar, okay? Because every healthy food has everything. The difference is in the quantity, less or more. So again, milk, cheese, dairy foods. Iron supports blood productions. Yes, we are making it from red meat, poultry, beans. Magnesium regulate muscle function. Those people that who go to gym, they need lots of magnesium. Right? Again, whole grains, dry beans, selenium, right? Supports metabolism because metabolism is always very very needed. It is, I think it's the root cause of that why we do not digest the thing. If we have slow metabolism, we won't be able to digest anything so quickly, and it will convert that whatever then we will eat, it will convert into fat, right? It will not give us the kind of energy and the benefit that we are supposed to get it from that particular product. So yes, zinc helps build proteins, seafood, meat, fish. So this is how that you may have you can prepare that sort of a chart and hang it in your classroom, wherein every now and then children will focus on these things, and this is how their subconscious mind will remember it. Now let's move further. Balanced diet. What is the concept of the balanced diet? Because we always say that you have to take balanced diet, but the children, even the parents, even the we sometimes are not aware what exactly balanced diet refers to. So let's come to the definition. A diet which contains the proper amount of each nutrient, like the carbohydrate, fat is not always troublesome. It's not the kind of villain that we have categorized that fat is. Fat is very very important, and protein according to the needs of the individual is called balanced diet. My need of a balanced diet could not be similar to your needs of a balanced diet. It means this is again wherein the learning takes place, wherein we will have to tell the parents, we will have to guide our students. It's not always that everybody would need the same amount of a balanced diet, same amount. They need to find out what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So balanced diet wherein that everything is in proper proportionate according to the needs of that person, right? It's not that that a balanced diet is something which has everything. That's very true, but the difference is there wherein we are making them needs as per the individual requirements. Everybody's body does not require the same amount of minerals, the magnesium, the quantity, it may differ. Sometimes the something will not work for you. So basically that you need to make a plan for what works and what doesn't work. Okay. Now, see, these are certain things that which are balanced, like olive oils, rather than using the refined. We can have olive oils, virgin oil, avocado. Dark chocolate is very very good for heart as well. Pumpkin seeds again very good. They have vitamin E, C, and many vitamins. In fact, coconut oil, fatty fish, nuts, dairy products are also good. Now, nutrition. Children will not understand if we will say that okay, nutrition is this. You will have to have a nutritious lunch. They'll not understand it until unless we'll tell them the definition of nutrition. So nutrition is basically the process of obtaining and consuming food or breaking down food into the substance taken in by the mouth to use for the energy in the body. So let me make it more simpler. It means nutrition is basically the end result of a food which is consumed by the body, and the body further gets the energy from it. The body uses it and converts that substance into the energy. So in that way, into a very very simpler form, that you need to tell the students Don't give them the lengthy definition. They won't be understand. In fact, they will lose the interest. If you will tell them the kind of definition, purposefully I made that definition, that wherein I can raise that point, that long and lengthy definition will not serve any purpose, but children will lose their interest. So just give them that, see, it is only a substance which is useful for your body, and your body takes that substance and gets the energy out of it, right? So that is nutrition. And what does nutrition do? What does nutrition do? What does it do to us? What does it do to people, to you, to children? Right, stay hydrated. It makes us always hydrated, provide immediate fuel, right? The energy, the kind of, because we keep on doing everything and anything the entire day, and for that very purpose we need fuel, we need energy. And sometime you might have realized that you feel low on energy, that you feel that my energy is so dipped, I don't feel like doing anything, I don't have the power to do anything, I don't have the strength to move ahead. So that kind of power and that kind of strength we are getting from the food, right? The basic example is that you feel that I'm being very low, and suddenly you just have something, a dark chocolate that spikes up your sugar level, and you feel energetic, only a bit of it, because the quantity matters, right? Okay, now boost performance. If you are energetic, your body is strong, you have that power, you have got that strength. So, undoubtedly, arguably, it will enhance your performance. That whatever work that you are entitled to do, whatever work that you are supposed to do, you will put not only your head but your heart into it. You will be much more interested, enthusiastic about your work. Preserve muscles. Your muscle declination will be stopped, your muscles will be preserved. Improve recovery. That during the course of a life, during the many household chores, we are tend to get hurt. So if we have that good nutrition, so we have the tendency of recovering from all the hurts and the wounds. So that way student will understand. Believe me, there is a culture in Japan wherein, up to a certain level, right, school, neither the school nor the parent, right, they don't allow their child to eat, the refined flour, right, refined material. In fact, they always have the fruits, the veggies. They have the culture. Even the school will not allow them to bring, and the parents will also not give them. So that we need to create a system. We all need to create. Sometimes it will be a bit troublesome, but if you'll keep on tapping the student, do not bring this, we'll be discussing what sort of a lunch the students are bringing, right? So if you keep tapping on them, if you keep tapping on the parents, if you keep telling them the usage of the nutritious food, they will surely one day learn. And they'll not learn by here, they'll learn by their heart, that what is useful for them. So now let's move. Now, the nutritions are further divided into two categories, macro and micronutrients, right? So just tell them the difference, the students. Some nutrients are needed into the larger quantity, right? These are called macronutrients, right? And what sort of a nutrients are needed into the larger quantity? Like carbohydrates we need, protein we need, fats, and along with water, right? So water is also considered as macronutrients, right? Because we always need water. Even the 70% of our body is made up of water only. So now some nutrition are there, nutrients are there, like vitamins, minerals. They they are required by our body, but not in larger quantity. right? Everything has a set quantity. We cannot consume, okay, the vitamins are very good, the minerals are very good, I'll keep on eating them one after the other. I'll have vitamin E, I'll have vitamin B, C, D, and minerals. No, it will not cause any good to them, right? In fact, we need to tell them these are the micronutrients. They don't need in much larger quantity, right, by our body. In fact, in small amount, they are needed into small amount. So when children will get to understand that what is the difference, what sort of a things that we have to consume into the larger quantity, and what are the things that we have to consume into the lesser quantity. This way, again, it will work on their cognitive power as well. It will enhance their learning, because nowadays, other nutritious and balanced food is much more important. But the irony is that it is sidelined topic, right? Okay. Now, another difference, nutrients mainly includes carbohydrate, protein, fats, water, which are which are needed in larger quantity, and their main function belong to the release of energy in the body, right? Because every time our body needs energy, irrespective of the fact that what work we are doing, right? Be it a small, even if I am talking to you, you all are listening again, that you are consuming the energy, right? Though I am not doing any physical labor here, but I am just talking, right? So it needs energy. My body needs energy, because if I am not energetic, I will not serve my purpose. Now, macronutrients include carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen as well, right? Children might not believe that these are the things, these are the substances our body needs it. Okay. Now, let's talk about these, macronutrient. Carbohydrates, protein, and fats are macronutrients and are also called proximate principles. Very, very important part, because they form the main bulk of the diet. The larger part of our diet is made of these macronutrient, because these nutrients release the energy, and we always need that energy. Now, in Indian meals, basically, they contribute to the total energy intake in the following proportion, like carbohydrates that we need 50-60%, protein 10 to 15%, and the fat 20 to 30%. Because due to the weather condition, I think Lanka has more or less the same kind of weather, so you can give that ratio, or you might have a different ratio depending upon the weather situation, right? Now, water, very, very important, but sadly underrated substance. That is the auxiliary, for our life. Water does not provide energy, but it is a vital nutrient required in large quantity. As I told you earlier as well, that our body is made, 70% of our body is made up of the water for functioning of metabolic processes in the body and various regulatory functions. So basically, it regulates the functions that happen in our body. Therefore, it is also considered a macronutrient. Okay, now let's talk about protein. Because we are living into the protein conscious world. I must say, everybody's aware about that. Protein is needed. Protein is needed for hair. Protein is needed for skin. Protein is needed for nails, and protein is needed here and there. Let's get into that. Protein is important for muscle growth and to repair body tissue. If the tissues are always repaired, undoubtedly we are going to have a glowing skin, hair. Right. Protein can also be used by the body for energy, but only after carbohydrate stores have been used. It means when our body will not have the carbohydrates, then we are going to take that energy from the protein itself, protein substance. Only strength training and exercise builds muscles. See, you might have heard that people go to the gym for the muscles training. And if you ask, earlier there was a misconception that even if the women go to the gym, right, it will make them manly. No, it's not. Basically, strength training helps in gaining the muscle mass, right? It's good for the muscles health. Athletes, even bodybuilders, need only a little bit of extra protein to support muscles growth. Athlete can easily meet the increase need by eating more total calories. Sometime if they have to build up their body, they have to have a bulky body before leaning it, so they take excess amount of protein as well. So this is not meant for our student will get to know only this thing, that how the protein is needed, but the quantity could be different. So you may find out that because quantity is depending upon the age, depending upon the physical activity, depending upon the kind of routine the child may have at home. So yes, you will have doctors. So because this is how that you can set up the medical cards for them. Okay. Now fat, the villain of our life. So why the fat is the villain of life, but it's not the villain equal, add bad as it is us to us for the children. It provides the highest concentration of energy. Basically, it is a pool of energy of all the nutrients. 1 gram of fat equals to 9 calories. This is how that you may have heard that if you have to lose weight, you need to lose the calories, you have to consume the calories. This is this reason, that why, because 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So 1 pound of store fat provide approximately 3600 calories of energy. That is how that just losing the weight recommends the running, that kind of activity, cycling, wherein we can consume maximum number of calories. Right. Saturated fats are found primarily in animal sources like meat, egg, yolk. We are going to talk about saturated fat and unsaturated fat in the later slide. So I'm just leaving them here. Now, let's talk about saturated and unsaturated fats, right? Because we all have been reading, we all have been listening that saturated fat is this. Even this is also, marked on the packets, the kind of ready-made food that we eat and the ready-made food that we buy, that the amount of saturated fat is this much and unsaturated fat is this much. Let's talk about that, what exactly the saturated fats and the unsaturated fats are. So, saturated fat, you may have that kind of a calendar and hang it in the classroom, because children will get to know. Once they'll know that this is, dangerous, or this is useful for us, this is not harmful, this is harmful, their mind will adapt to these habits. Now, saturated fats are the solid at room temperature and can raise bad cholesterol levels. That's good to know for us as well, that it can trigger the bad cholesterol levels. That is how at the age that we always check our cholesterol level, that how much it is, increasing the risk of heart diseases. These fats are commonly found in animal products like meat and dairy products. That is how that mostly nowadays people are turning to be vegan. They don't eat daily products, right? They have stopped eating meats at a certain age, as well as processed food, the kind of food that we are ready-made food that we are buying it from the market. These are the saturated fats. Now, unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats are healthy, right? Fats found in foods like nuts. But again, I would reiterate that fat into a prescribed quantity, not in a larger amount that you like almonds and that you are binge eating on almonds. No, that is not going to work. Look, they are very good, right? Okay, like nuts, avocados, known to improve heart health. These fats remain liquid at the room temp. See the difference. Saturated fats remain solid at the room temperature, and the unsaturated fat remains the liquid at the room temperature, right? And help lower bad cholesterol levels in the body. Saturated fats somehow increases the cholesterol level, but on the other hand, unsaturated fat dips it down. So yes, Now, saturated fats, wait, like how to recognize that what is the saturated fat and what is the unsaturated fat. First example is that saturated is going to remain solid at the room temperature, but unsaturated is the liquid. So let's meats, butter, dairy product, solid at the room temperature increases bad cholesterol, right? Now that low density lipoprotein clogs arteries, that it clogs our arteries. Now vegetable oils, liquid, that is how the olive oil is bad. Olive oil is best, and sunflower oil is also best. Liquid at room temperature increasing level of good cholesterol, right? High density lipoprotein or HDL grabs, these are certain medical terms, right? Now, vitamins. This is the chart of vitamins. A well-planned and nutritionally adequate diet should meet an athlete's vitamin and mineral needs. Supplements will only be of our benefit. Supplements that we don't require, recommend our students to be on supplements. This is the another fact. Use of vitamin and mineral supplements, no. This chart, this one is like retinol. That retinol is good for the skin as well, but it's quite a fad nowadays. So you may have that sort of a chart, right? Vitamin A, B12, B7, that. Okay, so we're not going to discuss on this. Macro minerals. We talked about micro and macro nutrients. Now let's talk about minerals. Macro minerals. Calcium is among the top macro mineral in terms of growth and development of our bones and teeth. It helps in the blood clotting. Its deficiency may cause rickets. The sources are, we could get the calcium, milk, oranges juice. There are many sources. Children can easily find out, right? Potassium. Again, this comes the macro minerals. Potassium is one of the most required minerals in a diet. It is helpful in keeping the nervous system and muscular system. Many a time, it's so nagging to have that feeling that we do not know the real cause of our unease, because we don't have the direct problem, but we have some muscular pain. Muscular system is not working up to the mark, nervous system is not working up to the mark, right? So it helps in maintaining the amount of water in blood and tissues. Its main sources are banana, tomato, green leafy vegetable, beans. See, mangoes are very good and tasty, but many people do not eat it. But if mangoes, or yeah, mango, if one mango per day is eaten, that is very good. Same goes with banana. Many people do not eat banana by fearing that it will make them fatty. It will gain, it will high in calories. That is true. But if you eat more than, one, two, three, four, you are binge eating on bananas, right? So even the good is always bad if it's not taken into the proportionate quantity. Micro minerals is iodine, the salt. It produces the hormones for the thyroid gland. It is also significant for proper growth and development, right? You may see that a lack of iodine can cause goiter, swollen thyroid gland, and mental retardations. The sources are iodized salt, fish, and seafood, right? So here, uh, that everybody is aware about the importance of iodine, that daily that we consume it, right, into the form of many salty substance, that the vegetables and the spicy stuff, so on and so forth, salads. Iron, it is an essential into the production of hemoglobin. Its deficiency causes anemia, right? We are not so strong at sleep, right? We'll have a faltered sleep. The sources are meat, eggs, dry fruits, spinach, banana, green leaf, vegetables. Now, non-nutritive components of diet: water, roughage, the fiber, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and plant products. These are very important, though they don't, they don't hold much of nutrition value, but these are very, very important. Now, fiber, roughage. Now, though everybody is aware that how fiber is needed and how fiber is the most important substance our body needs, right? That is how those people are losing the weight. Is always recommended to them to be on fiber. Fiber roughage has no nutrio value, right? It's an undigested part of the body. It can be said that it cannot be digested by human intestinal tract. It improves intestinal function by adding bulk to the food. It makes you filled, right? So it helps the individual to satisfy the appetite, right? It prevents constipation. So once that you have that, fiber in your body, you have a due amount of fiber, it will give you the feeling that you do not need the food now, right? It will give you the feel when you actually your body needs a food. It will not give you unnecessary triggers that you have to eat something, right? So it will keep your appetite satisfied. So roughage, eating for weight control. Now the why, how eating is important, because that's a kind of a paradoxical statement that if we have to control our weight, we should not eat. But on the other hand, the chart is saying that we have to eat if we have to control our body. But how to eat and what to eat, that matters. A healthy weight is a weight that lowers your risk for health problems. Generally, body mass index, there is a proper, measurement, right? That how much body mass is needing at what age. So the proper scale is there, right? Right. Category of BMI, body mass index, right? You can see in that chart, right? Underweight, if your BMI is 18.5, so you are underweight. Normal weight is 18.5 to 24, right? Overweight 25 to 29, right? So once you'll calculate the EMI and BMI, and the BMI is coming under these scenario, these measurement, you can easily tell that how the person, whether the person is obese, rise obese in first category, second category, or third, which is very, very alarming. Second and third are very alarming situations, right? Overweight or the normal weight. Now, some useful tips for the weight control with proper eating. What is happening to the children? Children are gaining weight. Why? Because they don't have to do any physical work at their houses. Neither they go out in the playground to play physical games. What are they are contented playing that online games, and this is giving the repercussions as well. They are not fit, neither from brain health is good nor their physical health, so they are tend to gain the weight. So there are certain ways that weight can be controlled. Avoid common pitfalls, right? Certain commonsensical habits. Put a stop to emotional eating, wherein that we don't feel hungry but we feel like eating, right? We are not hungry inside, but we have to eat something, right? The emotional eating, we are depressed, we are happy, somebody offered us, so out of no way that we have taken it. Tune in what you eat, very, very important. It's not eating, it's a mindful eating. That whatever you are eating, you have to aware what I am eating, that how much minerals, vitamin, is it a balanced diet in a short, or is just a simple diet? So try to maintain the balanced diet. Fill up with fruits, veggies, and fibers, right? Because as I have already told you that how these substances are doing good to our body. So now you are aware, children are aware, they have to pick every day, make sure that they will eat one fruit. Indulge without overindulging. You are just eating. Again, that's a part of emotional eating, wherein you are not actually hungry, starving, but you are eating. Take charge of your food environment. Yeah, environment is always the third teacher. And I must say, in fact, I would credit environment as a first teacher, because we are always impacted and affected by the kind of environment that we are surrounded with. If we have that healthy environment at our home, that wherein everybody is indulged into healthy food habits, child is bound to have that, acquire that habit of eating healthy food. If the same is happening in the school, and since we cannot do anything at their houses and their homes, what we can do everything in the school only. So it is a moral, ethical, and professional duty to maintain a kind of ambience in the school itself, which we think and which we consider is good for them. Okay, let's talk about certain myths. Eggs increases cholesterol levels, so avoid them. Many people say that egg eggs increase cholesterol levels. That's not true. Eggs are healthy, right? Drinking while eating makes you fat. That's again a myth, right? That if you are eating, in fact, it will save you from eating more, right? Low fat or no fat diet are good. No, fats are very, very important, right? So devoid of fat, the food is not balanced. So do not increase the practice, right, for anybody wherein the fat is not involved. We have to have unsaturated fat. That's very good. Dieting or fasting may lose weight. Again, that's a myth, right? It will not lose weight in a healthy way, which has to be there. Our body may develop certain complications. So better you shun that practice. Food eaten late night is more fattening. Generally, I will say that it's a myth, provided what you do. There are many people that they, work in night shifts. If they will not eat, how will they get the energy? So again, that depends on your circumstances and your situation. Like if you are eating and then sleeping, definitely it's going to be detrimental for your health. But if you are eating and eating a rightful and mindful food, and you are working, right? There are many laborers that laborers that they work into night shift. Many people nowadays in MNC, they are working into night shift. They need energy, and for energy they need food. But just be a balanced one. Vegetarian cannot build muscle. Again, that's a myth, that there are many vegetarians, many celebrities, influencers, they are building the muscles without the any non-veg food. Healthy food is expensive. We have given so many examples. Even I think Sri Lanka is rich in these natural resources, wherein you all are surrounded by, the cheap and healthy food, which is coming from the nature. So healthy food is not at all expensive. Now, what it is? See, in India, the Indian boards have started a practice, because children have unknowingly, unknowingly, they have started consuming a lots of sugar and salt, and because of that they are developing many complications in their body, and which is further damaging their brain. This was the study which came, and which has many serious findings. For that very purpose, because again I would like to emphasize that very fact, we cannot change the atmosphere at their houses, so we are thinking to change it at schools. So every school is given the job and given the responsibility to prepare the sugar board. We call it them sugar board, right? Wherein that we have, uh, there are certain products, and the amount of sugar they contain is written there, so that whenever the child is moving into the corridor, they will have a glass on this board, and they will see, okay, if I am just drinking a cold drink, that how much sugar I am containing it. So everything is written it, right? See, here it is: rethink your drink. many a time you might have seen even the we elders also do it so frequently that we don't feel like drinking the cold drink, but still if somebody is offering us, we just take it and take it a sip. No, that one sip is as detrimental as the entire bottle, because we will never know that how soon that we have emptied the bottle. So you can have the same practice in your schools and the classes as well, when you are just making that sugar board, even the oil boards that we have started, wherein that we are putting this thing that if you are bringing this as a lunch, the it will have this amount of oil, saturated fat. So this is how that we are awareing the children here, and the same practice can be imbibed there as well. This is very very useful, because again, the way our children will see and look at this board, the same thinking they are going to have into their mind. So just provide them the healthy and the beneficial habits. Now, why should say no to maida? Now, some of you might not know what is maida. So maida is basically the refined flour, right? There are many things which is made of the refined flour, like the pizzas, like what is the favorite to students nowadays? Pasta, right? And so many, like, why we should say no to maida, right? Maida has a high glycemic index, spikes blood sugar, there is no nutrition value into it, right? And it is high on fat and cholesterol. It doesn't serve any purpose. In fact, contrary to it, it causes many health hazards. So now, what is the difference between the whole wheat flour and the maida, the refined flour, right? You can bring there certain differences. So whole grain wheat flour is what produced by grinding the whole wheat grain, and bran, germ, and endosperm. What is endosperm? Basically the part which has starch again with the protein. So that is needed, which has fiber. So, but maida does not provide it. Maida is basically a kind of a weight, the basically a kind of a I would say base, right? Contains good amounts of proteins. Which one? The whole wheat flour. But maida contains carbohydrate and negligible amount of it. Negligible, it doesn't serve any purpose at all. It and the chemicals are used to bleach it, because it's so white in seeing. On the other hand, the wheat flour has a bit not so white color, right? So now reduce hunger pangs, stabilizes blood glucose level, paves way for diabetes. But on the other hand, maida, the refined flour, gives way to diabetes and obesity. Yes, that is how you know PM Shri Narendra Modi ji, he has initiated a practice to use the millets, right? Millets are very very important, that we have many projects telling the emphasis on millets. Start consuming millets, right? So we are consuming millets now. Now with that, I told you, so let's water again. At the end, I would like to say that kindly watch that every student will bring their bottle, and they will have the bottle filled. After a certain, they will consume the water, right? So these are certain food habits. They cannot have these habits inculcated in them once they are grown up. So this is the best time. If they'll start practice early, they'll have a lifelong healthy habits. So, and being a teacher, is it's our prime most duty to just make them know everything which is for their benefits, which is good for them, which is good for their health, which is good for their growth, and so that we can end up having a healthy and happy generation. This is from my side for today. So in next session, we are going to discuss something. I hope this session is liked by you all, and some way or the other it might have served your purpose as well. So now you all are well equipped that how you are going ahead in your class, that how are you going to observe and watch what your students eat. Because in our schools that we do have that practice during the lunch time, that the class teacher or the other teacher, they are supposed to sit along with the students so that we can observe what they, even I do it just like that. I keep observing. I'm the class teacher of a 12th, and I keep observing that what my each and every student, what they bring, what they eat. And many a time if I observe that they are bringing something which is not good for their, at the same moment I point them that tomorrow onwards I want you to bring the healthy and the balanced food. And if I keep nagging at them on certain points, the next day definitely they bring. So at least I am happy inside that I have saved one day of theirs, that wherein they had the heavy, where they had a balanced food. Otherwise if I'll not stop them, they'll continue with whatever they are bringing, because now parents are so busy they don't get their time. At least if not, if they can't bring the well cooked food every day, because their parents have to get up early, they have to go to their offices as well, so at least they can prepare the sandwiches. You can also tell them that how the different sort of sandwiches are made, because sandwiches are healthy if the healthy stuff is put inside them. So now I am open for the questions. So Kamal sir, this is for today from my side. Over to you.
Um, Thank you, madam. The idea you gave about that, the sugar wall, it's actually very interesting, and I'm definitely going to try that out because we are, in a way, subconsciously putting it into the child's mind, and then in turn sending the message home so that even if the parents give us something like that to the child, they will probably say, "No, I don't want it." So rather than
Yes.
trying to convince the parents, here we are going through the child to the home as well. So that's a really nice idea, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for appreciating. Yeah, any other questions or any other feedback that you people would like to share?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our Sir Kamalgoda and Madam Preeti Tyagi for gracing the event with your presence and for your inspiring words that have truly enlightened us. Even you have gone through a lot, madam, but still you are guiding and helping us to this program. My thankful, very good, very thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's my honor. So, will Rashmi ma'am is here? Will be.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Uh, this lesson is very useful to us. Very great, mom. Excellent. Thank you so much for your lesson. Thank you.
Thank you. Today I could see certain new faces.
If there anyone who wants to ask a question or speak to madam, සිංහලෙන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබ්බත් කියන්න පුළුවන්. මේ මැඩම්ගෙන් අහන්න පුළුවන්. So I think, ma'am, what you've taught them, they are really thinking about it, and they're probably going to work on it from tomorrow onwards. So
I would
we
love
would
to
really like
see
to thank
people
you.
implementing.
Sorry, ma'am.
I would love to see you people implementing the same practices into your schools. This is how the
Definitely,
purpose is solved.
definitely, ma'am. We must start from the small ages itself so that we can start a healthy population from their kindergarten ages so that they will live a good and healthy life rather than getting addicted to these things because it's so easy, it's
Addicted.
available all around them. And the
Yes.
temptation is so much that unless we teach them when they're small, when they're still protected, it's difficult after that. So we need to start
Yes.
really quickly.
Exactly. I would like to say like this. Now, children understand everything. The difference is that how well that we communicate to them. If we are just telling them plainly, okay, don't do this, they are not going to listen to us, right? Because they are not that patient. But if we'll tell them along with the stories, along with the logics, along with the reason that this is how you shouldn't do it and you should do it, they'll understand it.
Yes, that is true, ma'am. They are very intelligent now. So we can have a logical conversation with them and tell that this is what's going to happen if you take too much of these things and all. So that's true.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So we would like to thank you for your time and enlightening us and inspiring us to bring up a healthy population and in turn, make tomorrow great for everybody. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good
Namaste.
night,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Good night.
Namaste.